Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Justice and this is MrJay Graphics. On today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to design something like this. This is a church banner and I'm going to teach you how to design a very simple design like this. And so without much further ado, let's jump right into the video. Now I'm going to create my size, so I'm going to use this size 16 sorry 12.5 by 12.55 by 16.8 278, right? No. It seems this look kind of, so I need to, it seems the size is kind of a little bit, so, I still don't need this, Okay, let me clear all this. What exactly size am I looking for? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'll go for rectangle tool, rectangle. Now, first of all, let me go into divide my page. So 50% and then press enter. And right from here, I'm going to use my rectangle, draw from here to this end. And now, so I'm going to stand somewhere here. So right from here, what I'm going to do, I'll go for my convert point tool and I'm going to create anchor point here. So I right click here, add anchor point. Now I'm going to push this point down like this. Just use your arrow key, just use the arrow key. Yeah. Okay, so right from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a gradient for this. I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to use gradient color. So you just click on this FX, add layer style. So I just click here and I'm going to click on gradient. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this gradient color right here. Okay, so this gradient, you can choose to use the colors. This is the color code right here, B78628 for this color, and then every color has a code. So this one too has a code right here, FCC202. So every color has its code. All right. So okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another gradient. So this is the gradient that I need. So we just push this one. You see, if you can see there's a space here, meaning this one, I just push this down so that I will see this gold color right here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this color code. Okay, so I'm going to change this color I'm going to type the code right here. So the code of this blue, I'm using the blue color, so 050A30. Okay, so I'm going to use this color. Now I'm creating another one, and I'm going to use this color 000C66. Okay, so that's the color I'm going to use, and I'm going to use another one 0000FF. Okay, so let me see. Okay, I'm playing with the angle. Okay, so should I do it this way, or this way, or this way? Okay, so anyone that you prefer for your work, that'll be okay, you know. So right from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create blending option. I'm going to use blending option. So I'm going to create bevels and emboss. Okay, so just click on this bevels right here, and I'm going to use the down. You see we have the direction is up and down, so I'm going to use the down one, right? I'm using the down one. Now when you use the up, this is how it's going to see, and if you use the down, this is how it's going to be like. So I prefer the down one, right? So I'm just playing with the angle. Just playing with the angle like that. Okay, so you just have to play with it and see how you want it. You know, how you definitely want your. Okay, I think this is okay for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create should I create a shadow? Okay, so I'm going to create a shadow for that. Music licensing reimagined. And then let me create inner shadow. So inner shadow a little bit. So if you can see the preview right here. So you just take your time. Now just see how it looks like. Very beautiful, right? Okay, so now I'm going to, I have some couple of pictures. So I'm going to use this picture right here. I'm going to create this color right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer. I'm going to rasterize this because if I create a gradient, I can't make clipping mask. Okay, clipping mask means that if you want to place something inside something inside something, like if I want to place a picture inside this picture, it won't work for me. It won't work because I've used a gradient option. So if I use, it will not work. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rasterize it so that I'll be able to create a clipping mask. So rasterize layer style. Okay. If you use this one, you are going to rasterize and still your gradient will be there. Okay, but now I want to rasterize everything like this. So if you can see right here, see, okay, so now I'm going to use this color right here. You can see the code in here. Okay, so just look at the code. Yeah, DA026D, that is the code. If you are designing, if you want the same color, you can just go ahead with this code right here, and then yeah, you can use it. Okay, so I'm going to use my brush tool. So I'll go for my brush, and I'm going to create a gradient color. I'm creating layer right here, and I'm going to click somewhere here like this. It doesn't look a little bit okay for me. It still doesn't look okay for me. I don't know, but
music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now I'm going to increase the radial. It's still not working for me. Okay, I think this is okay, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a clipping mask. So right click, create clipping mask. Okay, now let me increase it a little bit. Okay, now I'll go to one of some work that I'm going to use some resource. I'll make sure I leave the link in the description, and whatever file that I'm using, I'm going to drop, whatever files that I'm using, I'm going to drop that in the link description so that you can also use for your work. Okay, so from here I'm going to create layer mask. So once I create layer mask, I always say that layer mask, the white review and the black hide. Okay, so if you want to hide anything, you just use the black. Okay, so this is white. Make sure if this is white, here will be black. If here is white, here will be black. If here is white, make sure here is black. The gradient, the layer mask here should be black. If here is white, and then this will be black. So I'm going to use my brush tool. Okay, use the brush tool and then clear some places that you want. You don't need it. So I don't want this sharp edge or something. So I'm going to clear of that. Okay, so putting it right here, it's okay for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Gaussian blur, and I'm going to blur the picture, kind of something like that. Okay, I guess this is okay for me. Now I'm going to change the blend mode to screen. Okay, let me see, screen and overlay. Which one do you prefer? Screen, overlay. Which one do you prefer? Overlay and screen. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the opacity a little bit like this, so that, okay, now
Music licensing reimagined.
okay. Okay, so I guess in this color right here is kind of, so let me just
Artlist.io.
take it off a little bit. Yeah.
Music
So
licensing.
let me clear some parts here. Okay, this is okay for me. Now let me lock it for no distraction. Okay, I shouldn't lock it right now.
Artlist.io.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my pictures. So I'm going to select this and this and this and that. Now I'm going to bring my pictures right here. This.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so this is my pictures that I'm going to use.
Artlist.io.
So just take your time and arrange them very well, very properly.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so right from here, I'm going to,
Artlist.io.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the logo and the name.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create my background. So I'm going to use this background right here. I'm going to leave this link, the picture in the description, so you can download. This is very beautiful. I really love this kind of, yeah, kind of
Music licensing reimagined.
typography, contour line. So I'm going to place it somewhere here. I really love simple colors. Okay, when you print a simple color, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create I'm going to create a layer. No, I'm going to create rectangle on top of this. Okay, and I'm going to change the color to white and then reduce the opacity. Once you reduce, you can see the lines right there. You can see this. All right, this is before and this is after, so you can see it right there. Okay, now I'm going to lock this both, and what I'm going to do is which one?
Music licensing reimagined.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to create this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll go to custom shapes tool, and then I'm going to use this circle right here. I'm going to draw it right here. Okay, so
Music licensing reimagined.
seems so you just draw it here like that. Okay, so just look at this and then look at this. Now I'm going to duplicate it. Just hold your control key and then press J. Then I'm going to reduce this one, so just scale it in, right, like this. Isn't this okay? Okay.
Music licensing reimagined.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create circle. I'm going to create eclipse tool. So I'm going to use eclipse tool, and I'm going to draw a circle in the middle here, and I'm going to position it right here like this. So it's very simple. Okay, I just use the shapes. I've created what do you call it? I've made a video about this costume shapes right here. So I'll just leave the video link in the description. You can check the costume shapes out for your works as well. You know, if you're a graphic design, you need to work with. If you work with shapes, it makes your works very simple and very nice. All right. So I don't really love this picture. Just let me reduce it. Okay, I think this is okay for me. Yeah.
Artlist.io.
I think this is okay. Yeah. So I'm going to highlight all of these right here. I'm going to highlight this, highlight all of them, and then press Ctrl E to merge it. Okay. After you merge it, then I'm going to bring in my picture. Okay. So I'm going to use this picture right there. And I'm going to create clipping mask. I'm going to clip a clipping mask in here. So I just hold my Alt key and then, you know, so that is also another way to create a clipping mask. If you want to create a clipping mask, instead of right click and create create clipping mask, you can better still hold your Alt key
Music licensing
and then
reimagined.
place the pointer and in between this and this, and then hold your Alt key and then you click. Then it's going to make clipping mask as well. So this is very, very simple. Now I'm going to reduce the opacity of this like this. Okay, and then here we go. I think this one I didn't reduce the opacity, I just changed the blend mode to luminosity. That is why we can see this, right? Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the title of the program. So the title is what? Prayer Festival. Prayer Festival. So I'm going to type prayer. So after typing the prayer, I'm going to increase the prayer, and I'm going to change the name of the font to this font.
Music licensing.
It's called Morganite font. So that is what I prefer to use. Okay, so I'm going to increase the size of the font, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the A and create space like that. Okay, now if your color is black like this, okay, if the font color is black like this, all what you have to do is press, you can use your numbers to reduce the color of the font. Okay,
Music licensing reimagined.
so I'm going to type number 8. Okay, let's maintain this. Now I'm going to change the color right here. Okay, so this is okay for me. It's not all that black,
Licensing reimagined.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type prayer festival. So should I say prayer fest or prayer festival? Yeah, prayer festival. Prayer fest. It will also be nice, right? Yeah. Actually this program is not I've not paid for this design. I'm doing this for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, so I'm just creating my own titles and all that, just for you to get whatever we are doing here very clearly. All right, so this is not a paid work design.
Reimagined.
So I'm going to do it instead of prayer festival. I'm doing a prayer fest. Okay, so I'm trying to use some font, kind of okay, so
Music licensing reimagined.
prayer first. Now let me change this to hands. I'm using a hands font. Yeah, I think everything here is changing, right? Prayer first. This, it has been
Music licensing reimagined.
okay, so I just use this font. This is called Sinzel font, you know.
Artlist.io.
Ooh, Sinzel font. Prayer first.
Music
It seems
licensing
my line, it's kind of showing up, so okay, so I'm going to use this prayer hand clip, this prayer hand clip here. Where is it? Okay, it's right here. So I'm gonna use here. We need to remove some white. I'm going to place it on a white door, but I need to remove this white like that. And I'm going to bring it in here.
Artlist.io.
I need to change this font.
Music licensing.
Okay,
reimagined.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to I can't cut this end, you know. You know, as a designer, you really need to work on your font, you know, the kind of fonts I should choose here and there. So everything counts in a design. You can't just choose any font for design, you know.
Music
Whatever you are
licensing
doing, you have to make sure the kind of font that I'm choosing is perfect, is what is perfect for my work. So as a designer, you don't just choose fonts, you know. You don't just wake up and then you say, I'm choosing a font. I'm going to use my pen tool and then do something right here. So I'm going to
Music licensing reimagined.
cut this off. Okay, and then use this one and see.
Artlist.io.
Does this look okay? This doesn't look okay, right? Nah. Let's look at this. Okay, you know what?
Licensing reimagined.
I wanted to, make a little bit changes right here, but it seems it's not working. So
Artlist.io.
just take your time. Okay,
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
okay, so this is prayer first. Okay, so prayer first, and now I'm going to
Licensing reimagined.
the theme, right? The theme is called Rekindle My Spirit. So I'm gonna type
Artlist.io.
Rekindle My Spirit.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so I'm going to make this font stretch. I'm using stretch for this font. And then I'm using hands font.
Music licensing reimagined.
Make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Place it right here. Now I'm going to use my rectangle, and I draw right here, and then use the same. I duplicate, Control J, push this right here.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so I'm going to write team. Just type team. Top here. You rotate it like that. So
Music licensing reimagined.
change the color to white. Okay, so
Artlist.io.
just use the gradient color for that. Okay, so I'm going to type the dates.
Music licensing reimagined.
You see, in Photoshop, whenever you are designing, there's no need, there's no need for you to always come back to the tools, especially when you are using font. You can duplicate the font. Once you use this one, you duplicate this one. If you want to create another one, you duplicate. Okay, so like if I want to I'm done with this and I want to type something here, there's no need to go for the tool, the type tool, before you come and type. Just this one, hold your Alt key, then you drag. You select. Once it's selected, you hold your Alt key, then you drag and drag. Okay, so that's very simple in Photoshop. Now let me use 21st to 25th.
Artlist.io.
Okay. Um
Music licensing reimagined.
mm,
Artlist.io.
okay.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this and bring it right here. I'm going to type 2020,
Artlist.io.
2022. Now I'm going to change, rotate it.
Music licensing reimagined.
Should I rotate it this way?
Artlist.io.
So I'm going to duplicate this line. Control J, and bring it down like that.
Music
Okay,
licensing
so
reimagined.
okay, so this one I'm going to remove it.
Artlist.io.
So I'm going to type dates.
Music licensing reimagined.
And I'm going to Control J,
Artlist.io.
I bring it here. I'm going to type venue.
Music licensing reimagined.
So type in the venue. That is
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
International Central Gospel International Central Gospel
Artlist.io.
Church. Church, Koforidia.
Music licensing reimagined.
So I'm going to change this font to Hans. I'm going to increase this.
Artlist.io.
Close the space a little bit, like that.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
So just creating just want to create circle and then see if I can place the time in there, right?
Music licensing reimagined.
Now let me make this first hands.
Artlist.io.
Okay, so
Music licensing reimagined.
the time is what? 4:30 to 6.
Artlist.io.
Six each time, each night.
Music licensing reimagined.
So as I highlight this, I'm going to press Ctrl J to duplicate it and then bring it down. I'm gonna type time.
Artlist.io.
Okay, so yeah, that is it. And now I'm going to
Music
bring
licensing
their names.
reimagined.
So I'm going to type their names. I think I have Pastor Reverend. So I'm going to using the name.
Artlist.io.
So change their name.
Music licensing reimagined.
Duplicate this and bring it right here. So that is pass. Pastor Mesa.
Artlist.io.
Otabel. That is
Music licensing reimagined.
Sony.
Artlist.io.
Sony Badu. Okay, so guys, this is going to be the end of this tutorial. As I told you, if you have been following my work, you can see all my works are very simple. All right, something simple. So, you know, I'm sure you've really learned or you've loved what you see today. And please, if today be your first time, do me a favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and don't forget to leave a comment. Whatever you don't understand, just keep asking. Drop your comment, and I'll be very glad, to, yeah. I'll be very glad. I'll be very glad. I'll be very, very glad, I'll be very glad to see your comment. Whatever you want to ask, you can just go ahead and ask. And I'm going to definitely answer all your questions that you really want to ask me, Yeah. So feel free and ask me anything. And I'm going to answer that for you. So this is going to be the end of this tutorial, and thank you all, and I'm going to see you on my next video. Bye bye.